welcome to the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. Here to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers in the 2017 NBA Draft Lottery. Rejoice, Laker fans, as the Lakers secure the #2 overall pick. I'm still a little bit excited, so excuse my high energy if you don't like it. If you do, congratulations. And I'm happy about this. Really quick though, because people are morons, let me just talk about this. So people believe that, okay, the Lakers got the second pick, this thing is so rigged, whatever. And I talked about this during my live stream. I'll talk about it just really quickly. Okay. What were the odds of the Lakers picking third in the 2017 NBA draft? Let me just ask you that question. What was the probability of that? 15.6%. Okay. What was the odds of the Lakers picking second in the 2017 NBA draft? 15.7%. What were the odds of them picking first? 15.6%. They were just as likely to have the second pick as they were the third pick, as they were the first pick. The chance of them having the fourth pick was about 22%. Chance of them getting the fifth pick, I can't remember, but I want to say like 10% or something like that. Maybe a little more than that. It's not surprising. It's not shocking that a team, okay, let's not even say the Lakers. Let's just say a team that finished with the third worst record in the NBA gets the second pick in the NBA draft. That's not shocking. The Lakers have been bad for 3 years now. That's why they've had the second pick 3 years in a row. If the NBA wanted to rig something, they would rig it to where they could get the first pick. You're telling me the NBA doesn't want the Lakers to have Andrew Wiggins right now, doesn't want the Lakers to have Karl Anthony Towns right now, doesn't want the Lakers to have Ben Simmons right now? No. If the NBA was going to rig this, they would have rigged it in years past, and they would have rigged it better than this. Okay, this was a very likely outcome, a decently likely outcome that happened to take place, and the Lakers secure the #2 overall pick. What will they do with it? What should they do with it? So I think the obvious answer is that they will take Lonzo Ball, and I think this is the correct answer. I'm not ready to say that it's 100% yet, because who knows what's going to happen in the upcoming weeks. We still have like 4 or 5 weeks until the NBA draft. I want to say 5 weeks. So perhaps they will change their mind, but it appears that they had their eyes set on Lonzo Ball. Ramona Shelburne, ESPN reporter, LA reporter, who is locked into this franchise, she's talking about this. They want Lonzo Ball, and they're likely to get him. Why? Because the Celtics are likely to take Markelle Fultz #1. Okay. How do I feel about this? Personally, I'm not in love with it. Now, I understand why people like Lonzo Ball. He's a guy that is a pure point guard, okay? He's lengthy at 6'6", has a nice wingspan, and you see a rare passing ability in this guy that you rarely see. You know, a passing ability that you only saw in this guy, John Stockton, Steve Nash, Jason Kidd, and some others in NBA past. But this is my argument, okay? When you look back in the NBA history, okay, in the NBA history books, we have certain champions. We have the LA Lakers. We have the Miami Heat. We have the Chicago Bulls. Okay, let's name the MVPs from all these teams. We have Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Dwayne Wade for the 2006 Miami Heat. For the Spurs, Tim Duncan. Want to know what all of these guys have in common? They're all really, really good scorers. Really good. Any night you needed them to, they could get you 30 plus. Lonzo Ball, not that guy. Concerns me. Now, he will be very good in terms of passing. He has a good step back three-point shot, although, consider this, his free throw percentage is not good in college, and that indicates he's going to struggle from the three in the NBA. We also consider his longer release. These lengthier NBA guards, they're going to have easier time being able to deflect that ball and being able to challenge that ball to contest those shots. And he's also very good at getting alley-oops and playing above the rim when, you know, other players aren't really expecting it. In terms of getting the ball, going ISO, and being able to create offense off the dribble, he's just not very good at all. And to me, we still need that guy. Now, D'Angelo Russell could be that guy, but he's only shot 40% over the past 2 seasons. Well, this season he shot 40%. Last season, I can't remember what he shot, but it wasn't good. I'm not sure he's ever going to be efficient enough. Brandon Ingram, I'm waiting to see if he's ever going to pop off. But even if he does, you still need like 2 of those guys at least, okay? So even if Brandon Ingram is very good, and I still think he can be very good, Brandon Ingram being the only really good scorer on this team won't be enough, as you need a big 3 to win in the NBA. Look at the Warriors. They have Steph, Clay, and at the time when they won, they had Draymond. Now they have Durant. You need a big 3. Even the Cavs with LeBron, they have LeBron, Kyrie, Kevin Love, all being able to get you 30. Okay, any night, any one of those guys can get you 30. Lonzo Ball, not that guy. And defensively, he's not good. Now, he has some potential because he's so lengthy. He can cover, you could say, the point guard or the shooting guard position. So he has some versatility there. And he comes down with some blocks like when he's blocking people from behind. But one-on-one defense, not great. Off-ball defense, not great. Can lose concentration. Has lapses in concentration. So he's not a very good defender. Not good at creating his own shot and just scoring. Can he drive? Yes, but he's not a driver or a finisher at the level of a John Wall or a Kyrie Irving. These are 2 guys that initially were not great 3-point shooters, but what did they do? They drove so well. They're so fast off the ball. They have such good handles. In Kyrie's case, Wall has okay handles, but Wall is just so fast to where they get to the rim and then they just do all kinds of acrobatic finishes. Okay, they do all kinds of Jabberwocky nonsense, Harlem Globetrotter junk, and they're able to get the ball in the basket. Does Lonzo Ball do that? Not really. He has some, like he has like a scoop layup and some other moves and maybe like a floater, but it's not really developed yet. Dennis Smith is better at that right now. De'Aaron Fox is better than that right now. Than Lonzo Ball. So, to me, this is what we're going to get with Lonzo Ball. And I'm going to talk about this more in our scouting report coming up in a couple of weeks, maybe even like this week. I think he's going to be a Jason Kidd level player. And maybe even a little less than Jason Kidd. Because he also doesn't have some aggressiveness to his game as well. Let's also consider that. So, I think he's going to average probably, let's say for the peak of his career, maybe 16 or 17 points per game. Assists, and maybe even like 10, maybe 10 assists, and then rebounds maybe like 5 or 6, which is pretty good. But you're going to need 2 other big-time players. So this is a nice piece, but it's not the piece. Josh Jackson. This guy could be the piece. I look at similarities between him and Kawhi Leonard. Similarities between he and Jimmy Butler. He and Andrew Wiggins. There are nice pieces there. There are nice things there. And I'll tell you right now, Mitch Kupchak, he's not in charge anymore, but if he was here, he'd take Josh Jackson. I bet almost anything I have on it that he would take Josh Jackson over Lonzo Ball. He took D'Angelo Russell over Jahlil Okafor, even though Okafor was a consensus pick. I know Mitch Kupchak would agree with me on this, but Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka, and they're trying to do things big time and whatnot. They're going to take Lonzo Ball, and it won't hurt us too much. I'm not going to say, okay, we took Lonzo Ball, we're going to suck. No, he's good, okay, but he's not going to be the guy. Ask yourself this question: who's better, Chris Paul, in terms of NBA potential and what he will be? Will he ever be better than Chris Paul? Who's better, Chris Paul or Lonzo Ball? Is there any chance that he's ever going to be better than Chris Paul? Because Chris Paul was a really good defender. He had the ability to see the court, okay, to set teammates up. But he could also get you 30. And he wasn't even a great scorer. Like, he never averaged more than, I want to say, 23. And Lonzo Ball is not even close to his level as a scorer, because Chris Paul had a mid-range shot. Chris Paul had a better, I would say a better 3-point shot. That's a little debatable, but I would say better. And he was a better finisher at the rim, because he's one of those guys that I say finishes just so acrobatically, and he draws fouls as well. Lonzo Ball could draw some more fouls to me. So that's my concern. But I'm very happy that we kept our pick, because now we have another asset, and we need as many assets as we can get. If we can trade this pick for Paul George, I would do it. If it's straight up. If they want this pick and D'Angelo Russell, I might for Paul George, because then you'd have Paul George and Brandon Ingram. Is that good enough? I'm not sure if that's good enough. So maybe I won't actually. I'd have to consider that. And we'll hear what the rumors and what they come out. And if rumors, definitive rumors come out, I'll talk about them on this channel in a later video. But again, I like Lonzo Ball. He could be a 16-10 guy. That's what I'm projecting. But there's no way in hell he'll ever be a 23-10. He's not going to be that. He's just not. But I will say this. I'll add a qualifier. One more, because I already added plenty, but one more. There is an enigma known as Magic Johnson, okay, who provided some magic this evening, I want to say, and let us procure this second overall pick. He wasn't a great scorer, but he was a great facilitator. He was a great passer. And he's a Hall of Famer, one of the top 5 players in the NBA history, most people would say. There is a chance he could be Magic Johnson. I will grant you there is a chance. But that's the only route in which I see this really paying off. Other than that, he will be good, but I feel that Josh Jackson, possibly Malik Monk, and possibly even Jason Tatum will make bigger impacts, especially scoring the basketball. But then overall, I'd say a bigger impact. That'd just be me. I think Lonzo Ball will be an upgraded Rajon Rondo. Rondo really never shot the 3. Ball will be better than Rondo was at shooting the 3. And he won't be as much of a head case, but beyond that, not much better, and that concerns me. So, that's my thoughts on Lonzo Ball. One more thing, actually, just another thing to consider. Lonzo Ball, whenever he's setting up his teammates, okay, half-court offense, whenever he's getting assists, right, he doesn't really do it off of the pick and roll or off of like conventional NBA type assists. Whenever he gets assists, it's usually off of transition. So he gets an offensive rebound or defensive rebound, boom, to outlet pass all the way down the court to TJ Leaf, and he's able to get it in. Or maybe in the half-court offense, he's able to throw it over the top to TJ Leaf, and he dunks it in. I'm not sure if that really fits with our personnel. You know, Brandon Ingram can kind of do that, as could Ivica Zubac, but I think the guy Lonzo Ball is really going to help is going to be Julius Randle. I think they're going to be a nice pairing, but before, and Larry Nance as well coming off the bench, but before you saying, oh, Lonzo Ball and D'Angelo Russell are going to be such a great combo, I'm not sure they're really going to work well off of each other. That's just my personal opinion. But anyway, what are your thoughts on the Lakers securing the number 2 overall pick? And perhaps they won't take Lonzo Ball. Perhaps they will take Josh Jackson. I'll be thrilled if they do, but I just don't see that being the case. I think they're in love with Lonzo Ball. I think it's going to be a mistake, but I still think we're getting a good player, and I won't be too upset. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. Subscribe for more Laker videos. And I'm out.